Hi everyone, I'm Dave Mulven. I'm here with Mike Godwin. And we're going to be previewing this weekend's games in the B Division. But before we even get started, Mike, we have that hotline number, the Dan Schultz Air It Out line.
I want to personally thank RT for breaking the ice.
He was our first caller.
First caller.
And I think he called for so long the voicemail cut him off and he had to call back. And
he actually called twice. And he's one of those guys we might have to give a limit to.
No, I'm not going to settle in with RT. RT can call 75 times in a week if he wants. We won't be able to air it all. We'll have to cut it down a little bit, yeah. But that number, right at the bottom of the screen right here, 302-239-6688, 151, and let us know your feelings, your thoughts. You can call any time during the week. Something hits
Anytime.
you. Anytime.
24/7.
Line is open 24/7.
I won't be here the whole time. But
If Mike accidentally answers, you might have to call back.
Yeah.
But
I may answer if I don't recognize the number, obviously. But
yeah, but most of the time, call during, after, before the games, next day, day before the games, anything.
During the game, like Taimon did.
Taimon called right during the game, sitting on the bench. Give us a little play-by-play. Save the number on your phone, make the call. So, Mike, let's get started. We'll have a separate video for those calls where we respond to.
Okay.
First up, we have Delaware going up against Kings of the Court.
Delaware easily.
Mike, Kings of the Court, they were missing Vince this past week.
So.
I mean, it was big miss. He had 30 in the first week.
No, but it's not going to be enough to beat Delaware. Delaware's too good.
You're not going to give him a chance?
No.
What about Pete? Long range shot.
Joe Walsh, Tom Walsh, long range shot. Go ahead, keep going.
Joe Walsh didn't even show up last week. They might have. Ben Reechester might have cut him. Ben doesn't put up with that kind of behavior. Just not show up to games.
Keep comparing. I'll just prove to you that.
I'm not going to sit here and go through both teams' rosters. It's just not going to happen. All right? But I do know that Kings of the Court are a team that's improving every single week. But Delaware's too good. Delaware's one of the top-tier teams right now in the B Division.
So you sit there and argue with me for good 5 minutes.
I felt like you disrespected Kings of the Court the way you said it so quickly.
That's just the way I go about things.
No. I think no. Usually, if it's a good game, you sit there and you wait. But when I know you jump into it like that, you think a team's gonna get blown out. What's your final score?
Delaware 60, Kings of the Court 45.
I have to talk to Bill for a second right here. Bill showed up somewhat not after the game started, but close to the game starting, and he pretty much sat on the side and adjusted his shoes for like 10 minutes. I don't know what's going on. Bill, get in the game.
Well, at least he didn't wear his basketball shoes outside with all the salt.
Is that what he usually does?
No.
Oh, you mean he took the time to...
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if he changed his shoes. I just know he was adjusting them. So, he might have. But, yeah, like I said, Delaware, I'm going to go... I think it's going to be a little bit higher scoring game. I think I'm going to go 68 to 59.
Okay. I just say okay to like all yours picks. Because I know they're wrong.
That's fine. And you know what? Vince usually has a lot to say, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So I would expect Vince to be one of the players to call the hotline number this week.
He might if you snub him on Player of the Week again.
It's a website. It's a website that picks these things, Mike. I'm trying to work on a way so, it goes by if a team wins or loses, depending on the numbers. Mm-hmm. Like, Antonio Holly won it this week.
Yeah,
his team lost.
He deserved it.
His team lost.
He had 24 and 15.
I'm not going to get into it right now, but we will at some point. Next up, we have Back on a Mission playing against Bad Boys. Bad Boys are 2-0 right now, Mike.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Back on a Mission just lost a game, as I predicted, against Drunk Monkey. And you know what, Darrell? I'm going to call out Darrell here. Darrell, I need you to call the hotline and apologize to me.
Yeah, I didn't see him much in the highlights. Did he do it? Was he there? He was there, but was
Why?
he there?
You're taking this to another level. Take it to another level.
He was there.
Oh,
physically.
wow. He was
trying-
playing facilitator.
I'm trying to get him all fired up for the game.
You don't need to. Oh, man. I'm just simply saying that I predicted they were going to lose, and Steve Lee never lets me down when I predict his
I
team
was
to win.
simply saying he was there physically, but he wasn't there.
I'm not done calling out players. I'm also calling out Maurice because he had his hands in being a part of that when Steve Lee knocked down that game winner.
Yeah.
Maurice is walking off the court, and I kind of look at him like, man, how'd you let that happen? And he goes, man, anybody but Steve did that. We're never going to hear the end of that. And he's got a good point. They're probably never going to hear the end of that.
He might just post this video every other day, just so, and tag different people on
I
Facebook.
mean, how often do you hit a game winner?
Do you think it'll go viral?
Yeah, absolutely.
If it hasn't already.
If it hasn't already. Let's talk about these bad boys for a minute. 2-0. They haven't lost yet, but they haven't ended a game in regulation.
Yeah.
Every game at the end of regulation,
Let's
the
just say
score is tied
They're
up.
getting their money's worth. They're giving free basketball to the fans.
Yeah.
I mean, what more can you ask for from a team?
Did I predict this game to go in that last week? Did I predict Bad Boys go overtime again? I'm pretty sure I did.
I'm not.
I'm pretty sure I did.
I'm not dealing with that.
Listen, you got the Harvey brothers. I was watching the highlight, hitting threes. Who was it? Joe Griffey and Rich Sass? They weren't happy with the highlights.
Yeah.
Well, you got to score in front of the camera.
Know where the camera is, right?
All the greats do. They know where the camera is. You got to score in front of the camera. We can't just make highlights. It's got to happen.
Yeah. I totally agree. I mean, I know when I know where the camera is. That's when I start dunking and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's why we usually keep the camera on the opposite end of your point, so we don't have to risk you dunking.
Yeah.
Who are you taking this one? Bad Boys are back on a mission.
Oh man. I'm gonna go Bad Boys because Back on a Mission let me down last week. Or did they? I don't even know. I don't even remember.
Back on a
But I'm
mission.
gonna pretend they let me down. I'm going Bad Boys by 2 in an overtime thrower.
You would.
It's gonna be a record third straight overtime.
No, this is the week that Back on a Mission is back.
Okay. They're back on.
They're back on the mission. The
That
mission will
start.
start again this week.
Okay.
Darrell Harris is going to come out. He's going to say, you know what? I'm not just going to facilitate. I'm going to start scoring. Mike Edwards is going to be all fired up because he missed that free throw.
Yeah.
That
They still would have lost.
They would have tied. Would have won to overtime.
No.
Oh, you're right. It was a 1-point game at that point. But if they make it, they have to inbound the ball, and it gives the team a chance to get back on defense.
Okay.
So things could have been different. All right. I'm going back on a mission this one. Back on a mission is going to win this game, 63-60.
Overtime. Are we gonna have the first ever team going to overtime every game? They
I don't think it's going to happen again
No?
this week. No.
Yeah, I'm calling 8 straight overtimes for Bad Boys. 8 straight.
Mike, you got to make better calls.
Next.
Next up, we have Catalina going up against Drunk Monkey. Drunk Monkey, Mike.
Yes.
Drunk Monkey. All the way.
Yeah.
I don't even think Steve's going to have to hit a game winner in this one.
Nah, I don't think so either. He's just gonna go for 30 this game instead of keeping it close like he did last game.
Do you know any two players that celebrate a big moment in a basketball game better than Jonathan DeJesus and Steve Lee?
No, and we caught both of them on camera.
It's great. I mean, just the energy going through the building when these
I
celebrations
heard
happen.
the crowd was going nuts.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know. Steve might just be like, all right, I'm not coming in the game unless we need a game winner. I'm just gonna relax here on the sidelines. Save his energy until they need a game winner. That's all.
Yeah.
He realized his team, the week before, he wasn't the one that shot it at the buzzer. Somebody else did, so he realized he's the one that has to do it from now.
It was the other team who did.
Yeah, but it wasn't him. That's all I'm saying. Catalina, John Rodowski's playing actually really good basketball right now.
Okay.
You have Antonio Holly. Yeah, well, I'm just saying he's playing good basketball.
Trying to get them fired up, get their first win.
Chris Rohrer, I mean,
He comes in, grabs the ball from
he's
the
just
offense.
happy if he makes a hot three. You know, that's the Chris Rohrer we need.
Yeah, and if he complains his knees are sore or something like that, if he has a bad game,
Yeah,
he gets some pool workout.
He's an excuse guy. He's an excuse guy. Typical Chris. So you're going drunk monkey in this one?
Yeah,
I'm going drunk monkey in this one. Okay. Catalina goes down with 3?
Yep.
They're more of a playoff team.
Yeah. Good thing that everyone makes it.
Yeah. Next up, we have DDS going up against Team Doc. Things are not getting better for DDS. Don't worry, RT.
Why? They're 1-1.
They're not getting better because they're playing against Team Doc.
I thought you meant like their game.
No. I meant like things aren't getting better for them.
Okay.
Schedule-wise. TDS. I said they were going to lose by like 15. They lost by like 15. All right?
You sure I didn't say that?
I'm pretty sure I said it.
Okay.
You might have agreed with me after I said it. We have RT. He had a rough game, but I think when we got on the show and got on a little bit.
He was asleep at the wheel during this game.
Well, no, I think he was trying too hard.
Yeah, because he just called in the hotline and.
Yeah, he probably was like, I gotta back up my phone call.
Yeah.
But
I'm surprised he didn't call again to apologize.
But I do want to give RT. That would have been nice of him to call and say, "Hey, you guys can erase my last messages. I just like to issue an apology.
I didn't mean it. Yeah.
I'm sorry."
You guys are totally right about your prediction.
No, actually, he said we were probably right in our prediction when he called. He was just mad about the block.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah,
RT,
that block was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. Now. And you know, we did try to look up and find that block, but unfortunately, the footage on the other side of the court had already been deleted.
Yeah.
Now, if we look at this game,
He did it on the wrong side of the court.
Yeah.
You
gotta know where the camera is.
Know where the camera is.
Now, I'm gonna give RT a little credit here. He put his body on the line for DDS when he dove out of bounds, you know, sliding into the bleachers to save a ball. I was impressed with that. If that doesn't set the tone for the team, I don't know what will.
I think they're going to win this week. Team Doc.
I didn't even get to Team Doc yet.
I know they struggled with. Who did they play first week? I don't remember. But I think they won pretty handily week 1.
Who?
Team Doc.
Yeah, Team Doc lost week 1.
Oh yeah, they did lose.
Finals.
They lost week 1. Week 2, they had some trouble with Monstars. They had to go to overtime. So I'm going DDS in this game.
Now listen, Team Doc.
I gotta get RT back on my side.
Nah, that's uncool. Why, you wanted to call and just give me a hard time?
Yeah. Tired of
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Now you look at Team Doc. They have way too much talent and size to lose to DDS. They have Dave Henninger. They have Allen, who we know Allen can heat it up. I don't think Team Doc is playing their best basketball right now, but they do. They have the Doc. They have Lamont Corey, who is a
championship mode.
Yeah, they're probably
Still partying.
They have Lamont Corey, who's a 42% three-point shooter.
The silent assassin.
What's he like? He's like 5 percentage points higher than Mark London, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark's down there in like the 30s.
I think we got to stop talking about Mark and start talking about Lamont.
I'm not talking about Mark anymore.
Mark doesn't back up anything we say.
Mark makes it so stupid when we sit here and talk good about him.
Yeah.
So until Mark steps his game up, he's getting left off the video.
You know, Alan's wife asked me, who's going to be the first one, or when is Team Doc going to make the move to the city? I said, as soon as Alan starts shooting off 2 feet, that's when we know.
That's when we have to say, hey guys, it's time.
It's time to go.
When Alan can't support all the weight on the one leg anymore, the balance is off, we're going to have to move to the city. So you're going DDS.
It's a close one, but going DDS by 4.
Listen, DDS doesn't just have RT on their team. They have Phil, they have Kevin, they have Allen,
Jamie Hagan.
they have Mike Tate. They have other good players, but they need to cut back on the turnovers.
According to RT, they have a golfer. They have all kind of athletes except for
basketball players.
Except for
No basketball players on the team. But I'm going to go Team Doc in this one, and I'm going to go Team Doc by 13 points. We'll go 73-60. Next up, we have Hog Mob versus J Squad. I love it when these two teams match up. The new and improved J Squad. Ty Perry, when I was doing the highlights, he might be one of my new favorite players in the B division. All kinds of passes over the shoulder, stuff like
They
that.
look good this weekend.
I don't think Ty Perry does a look pass. Every single one of his passes is no look.
Catch the defense off guard.
Like, if I was sitting here and I'm sitting here doing the video with you, I would just be looking at the camera and still talking to you. That's like his type of pass.
J Squad, you can't sleep on J Squad. With their 2 additions that I saw, 3 additions, they're going to be there in the end.
Yeah, but they're not going to beat Hog Mob this week.
Why not?
Hog Mob's too good right now. Jordan Morgan is probably playing some of the best basketball of his career. Hold on. Before I go any further, I said I was going to offer a public apology to Hog Mob, the entire team, including Captain Dave Sadowski, because I keep posting the other team's highlights on Dave Sadowski's page. It's inexcusable of me, but it's an accident nonetheless. All right,
How do
and
they know it's an accident? Just because you're
they don't. I'm saying I'm an honest man, Mike. I'm an honest man. So I'd like to apologize to the entire team for
I'd be
doing
mad about
that.
them too.
And
2 weeks in a row you've done it.
that's even worse, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they're both by accident. They're both by accident. Dave Sadowski knows I would never intentionally do that, and I definitely wouldn't intentionally do it 2 weeks in a row. So that means there is 0 chance of me doing it 3 weeks in a row.
We'll see.
But I'm
Don't
going.
hold your breath.
I like the team that Ted Dwyer has assembled, but I'm going Hog Mob this week. Not a very high score game. I'm going to go 52-49. So it's going to be close.
I think I'm going Hog Mob too, just because they're going to just run the floor and run the floor and run the floor and run the floor.
So are they going to run the floor?
Yeah. And they're going to win 52-49.
Okay. Next up, we have Wilmington Warriors going up against the ACC Blue Blazers. Tyrell, I'm sorry, the website does the scheduling, but you guys have the toughest schedule right now in the HAC Basketball League, and I can't see it getting any easier. Wilmington Warriors in some trouble this week, Mike.
Yes.
In some serious trouble.
Serious trouble.
I think they need to go into this game not even focus on winning, but focusing on getting better as a team.
Yes.
Kind of like when you're down at the end of the game, you can either throw in the towel, or you can say, you know what? You look everybody in the eyes, you say, we're just going to work on getting better right now. That's what they need to do going into this game.
You get better. It starts with getting better every minute, every half, every game, every week, and eventually
Every season.
W's come every season.
So yeah, ACC Blue Blazers, it's not a good matchup for the Warriors. The Wilmington Warriors, not to be confused with our C Division Warriors.
Right.
But come on, Ant Waters, Raymore Westcott, was it
Christian Brown.
Christian Brown. I mean, it's a 3-headed monster right there.
They still have Muhammad. I mean,
Yeah, you know what? Tough. They ran into a very determined Hog Mob last week. Jordan Morgan. No, ACC.
Oh,
Played
ACC. Okay. I
Hog
thought
Mob.
you were talking about Wilmington Warriors.
No. So I'm expecting them to bounce back, and I don't want Ant Waters, H. Boone to say, Dave, I'm going to show you. I want him to just show me. I want him to just show me this.
Has he showed us yet?
And Raymore.
Has he come close to the scoring record?
I'm not worried about this.
I am.
Brian Salt, if he even probably mentions the scoring record,
You think
Brian
he'll
Salt,
get benched?
he'll get his papers.
Okay.
He'll get his papers. Brian doesn't mess around. Next up, we have.
I don't think I made a pick.
Oh, I thought we both kind of agreed without giving the score.
Okay.
We were both going.
We'll leave it at that.
I think we were gonna leave it right there.
Yep.
Right there.
Tyrell, prove us wrong.
Yep. Next up, we have La Familia versus Flint Tropics.
I don't even know.
Don't know.
I haven't even. saw a little bit of La Familia, but I haven't seen any from Tropics.
There's Flint Tropics.
They've been attacking.
Oh, they have Joel.
I know who they have. Well, I know Joel and Stephen Davis.
Stephen Davis, yeah. They have some good players. They have Martin. Martin Hollins has on their team now.
That's great. But I'm going.
Mark Reed.
I'm going La Familia.
I got to watch some La Familia's game this past week, and some Flint Tropics game this past week, and I think Kings of the Court. I think they beat La Familia. Is that right? Do you remember from doing that?
I think so. Yeah.
So I'm going with La Familia. Tate Washington's on La Familia, right?
Yep.
And he wants to be in the discussion for Rookie of the Year at the end of the season. Well, you don't get that by not putting up some numbers.
That's correct.
So I expect him to do his thing this game.
I'm still waiting for Jeff Boyd to go for 25, like he told me he was in week 1.
Talk is cheap, Mike.
Yeah, he's got to show me.
Yeah. Can only say it so many times, but we just stop believing.
Yep. He was the star in high school.
Yeah.
Star point guard, star running back. I mean, did it all.
Next up, we have Monstars going up against Fireballers. Let me paint this picture for you real quick, Mike. Fireballers beat Team Doc in week 1. Monstars took Team Doc to overtime in week 2.
That's improvement.
It is improvement.
But I'm going Fireballers.
Oh, I knew you would come around. Do you remember last season when you wouldn't even say the Fireballers' name?
That's because you say it enough for the both of us.
Oh, come on. I'm impressed with Monstars.
I'm impressed with Rudy
Oh,
putting together a team like this.
I knew he had it in him.
I mean, just think, when he first started playing in this league, you were on his team.
He was on my team first.
You were on his team. And then he upgraded to Al Torrance. Just look at the difference there.
This was back a couple years ago. I think I was putting Al Torrance type numbers up.
No, you weren't.
Come on.
No way.
Yeah.
I was here.
Nah, come on. You weren't here yet. You weren't here yet.
I'm going Fireballers easy.
Easy?
By 12.
You're not giving Monstars any credit. Danny Mejia has put together a very good team. They have the size in the middle. Do you remember the big guy's name? 6'8".
Chad Davis, right?
Yeah. They have him in the middle. I mean, all he's waiting for is another RT type block to hand out. He knows if he does it in front of the camera, we'll even slow it. So, but with that being said, I don't remember ever not picking the Fireballs to win a game in the HAC Basketball League. You are finally catching up. I'm gonna start getting. Remember when I used to hand out locker rooms for the A division and start getting them ready?
Yeah.
Well, start it now. Fireballs locker room. We're gonna have Fireball in every locker.
They don't even have a championship.
I don't care. It starts this season. I already said they're gonna win it this season.
Okay.
And I want Rudy to call in the line.
Me too.
Rudy, call in to the hotline. Who else would I like to hear from? Maybe Raheem.
JP.
Raheem can call in too.
JP
can call.
JP can call in for like 18.
He'll call representing the Tigers,
I'm
the faculty.
I'm expecting three calls from JP.
But yeah, Fireballers with Jameer, Al Torrance, Braheen Riley, JP.
Yeah, you're talking about Monstars.
Harry,
Monstars.
List goes on and on. No, I know Fireballers are going to win. I'm just saying, I don't want you to disrespect the Monstars like that again. All right.
Yeah.
There you have it. That'll wrap up.
Yeah,
Division. Yeah, remember, stay tuned. We're going to play another video. We had a couple callers in for the hotline number this week. The Dan Schultz aired out line. So, that's a feature we'll have every week. Feel free to call into that number anytime, 24 hours a day.
Yep.
Call in there. Anything for you, Mike?
If I answer, hang up and call
Yeah,
back.
if he answers, we'll just have you. If he answers the second time, it's just not meant to be. But thanks for checking us out this week. We will see everyone on Sunday.